Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon po.
I am Chelsea S. Salvador, a second-year BA Applied Psychology student in the University of the Philippines, Diliman Extension Program in Pampanga. So I'm here to ask you some questions about leadership, just to comply with our course requirement in our subject speech communications. So I've heard you are a leader of this organization called YFC?
Yes.
Well, sir, what does YFC stands for?
YFC is a Catholic organization that brings youth closer to God. And YFC basically stands for Youth for Christ.
Actually, sir, I've heard a lot of good things about this organization from my friends.
It's great.
Can we further discuss about YFC?
YFC, we are moving to empower youths and giving them pastoral formation, and then we supply them with nourishment and for their spiritual growth. And YFC also acknowledges the need of the youths for the formation in their families, in their friends, in the community, and especially spiritual formation. And this is only possible with the 3-year formation track.
Can you tell me more about this 3-year formation track?
Wait, I will show you our manual for the 3-year formation track. Look at it. At the first year, the general membership is the youth camp, and then the family culture is knowing the importance of the family, and then the covenant orientation is renewing and knowing their commitment when they're in the youth camp. And faith in action, champion of the poor, is helping the community in building in helping the poor of the poorest. And in the second year, deepening the faith. First is discovery camp. In this camp, unlike the youth camp, we are discovering about more of ourselves, who we really are, who are the persons around us, and who is Jesus Christ again. And then next is parents honoring, giving the proper acknowledgement to the parents that strive for us and strive for giving us our needs. And under this again of the year 2 formation is the 100% free. This is one of the advocacies of YFC, that we should be a 100% free. The next is the stake for the nation. And for the year 3, vocation recollection. It is about church and renewing our vocation. The Lord is renewing knowing our responsibilities to the church. Then second is the best weekend, and third is church and sacraments, renewing the culture of our church. And then the last in the 3-year formation track is the YFC advocacies.
Oh, it is very inspiring that despite of the chaotic society of today, there are still youth organizations that care to bring more and more youths closer to God. Can I ask how wide is this organization, sir?
Actually, YFC is an international organization recognized by the Vatican. And from the international leaders in the YFC, it is broken down into provinces like Bulacan, Pampanga, and Bataan, and somewhere else in the Philippines. And then next, it is broken down into sectors and programs, or specifically the community-based and the programs. And then the community base is again broke down into provinces and sectors, and then under the sectors there are clusters, and under the clusters there are chapters, and then the households. Below the households are the members. So that's why it is big. YFC family is that wide, is that big, is that big. We are many.
But how does your organization appoint leaders?
Talking about leaders, we are appointed by the previous leaders, by the former leaders. We are monitored under the households. We are monitored in attending our household, or simply the regular gathering of the members, and this includes Bible sharing and fellowship. And then we are chosen because of the same potential in us.
Households? How often are these households?
Generally, households are conducted once or twice. Once for the members and twice for us, for like me, leaders. The lower and the upper households. Lower households are conducted by us leaders, and the upper households, we are guided by our coordinators.
I see. I see also how much committed leaders of your organization should be. From your experience, sir, how will you define leadership in your organization?
For me, being a leader is being at the bottom of everything, of the members. We do not command our members to do these things or to do that things, but rather we try to inspire them that we can do these things, that you can do better, that you can do much greater than what we've done. We help them realize that God works in their lives, inspire other people.
In your point of view, what characteristics a leader must possess?
In me, as I've said before, we are a Catholic organization. First of all, we should have faith. Faith that all of these things, all of the situation we are facing, all of the things we are lack of, it is in God's plan. God has a plan for us. God has a plan for everything that is happening to us. And then next, we must have passion, of course. The passion to serve God. The passion of serving God and bringing Christ into others, into the other youth. Bringing Christ to the one who needs it. And next is commitment. You're committed in doing all the responsibilities attached or anchored in our position. And lastly, patience. They say patience is a virtue. That's right. Being patient is actually a good characteristic of a leader. And understanding the difference of each other, the difference between youths, the difference between their attitude and values in their lives.
I do believe that those characteristics will make an effective leader, sir. How about responsibilities? What do you think? What are your responsibilities as a leader?
My responsibility as a leader, being at the provincial core group or the PCG, they call the first responsibility of me as a leader is first attending at the household. Because at the household, we are nourished, we are deepening our faith to God, and I've enjoyed the company of the PCG. Next is being responsible on the campus base. As a leader of the provincial campus base, I must conduct a household in my execom. I should conduct campus activities. I should pass the papers to the student organization, and so on and so forth. There are so many responsibilities of my leadership of being a provincial head.
Do you have your own way in leading the organization, sir? I mean, your own leadership style?
My own leadership style is to lead my members by setting an example. I am showing them how to do things right, and I think that's the best way to teach them.
What do you think the strategies that you have done that were effective and ineffective?
We go first in the ineffective. In my first year being as a leader, I usually scold my members na that the time will come that I said, you should not do that. I am telling them the words that I know that can hurt them, and at the end of the day, they hate me so much, and that's why I said that way of leadership is ineffective. And the effective, as I've said before, is leading them by setting an example, by showing them how to do it.
Of course, problems are inevitable, sir. What kinds of problems have you encountered, and how did you deal with those?
In my position right now, I face so many problems, like the close-minded members that they decide on their own and not deciding for the groups. They are deciding for themselves only, and and other members feel that they didn't belong to the group. But in both of that situation, I am always doing one thing. I talk to them personally. I take them into one-on-one sessions. We are praying. We are talking about the problem. We are talking how to do things right, how to correct the mistakes of each other. And then, after of this, too many sessions of talking to each other, I hope that they've learned a lesson on it, that we solved the problem. And other problems become like financial problems. Of course, I myself is a student. My way in solving that problem is saving my money, taking out of my expenses, cutting off my budget, for me to have sufficient money for the next activity. And in that way, we solved our problem. And mentioning not only me that cut their budget, also my execom, the leaders in the campus base.
So what do you consider as your greatest failure, sir?
The greatest failure, huh? Me? My greatest failure is being an ineffective speaker. I'm not just to talk above the stage. I mean, not just in speaking to crowds. I'm not comfortable at all looking at the crowd. That's my greatest failure in being a leader.
How about accomplishments? What is your greatest achievement so far in serving, sir?
My greatest achievement so far, serving this community, I think is being recognized in our university. We do a lot of papers to submit. We give most of our time in doing that things, submit papers, and then submit again. And then we are recognized by our university in this year that we are an organization that is introduced to our university. And also, we are conducting general assemblies for our members, for them to experience the 4Fs, the fun, faith, freedom, and friendship. In that way, they are enjoying being a member of a YFC. And also, we are conducting a regular household, not only for our execom, but for the general members of the YFC in the campus.
Yes, sir. I've been informed also that besides from being a leader of Youth for Christ, you are currently a fourth year ECE student. So, how do you balance your time between your studies and service?
It's about use of proper time management and the concept of prioritizing things. There are times that I need to choose between service and school. Of course, I go to school because one of the advocacies of the YFC is being a model of excellence, that we show other YFC that we are not only excellent at our service but also excellent in our studies.
I commend you for that, sir. So, do you have any plans for the organization? What are they?
My plans for the campus, for my service, I'm actually planning for many campus activities, and that will encourage more youths, more YFC to join us in our campus. And I am planning also to expand our organization not only in our university but in all universities inside my area in Bulacan. And I want to nourish more YFC, to build more faith, and to experience the 4Fs by each and every one of the YFC, not only in the campus but also in all of the programs and in the community.
It is great to hear that you are well planned, sir. I think we're done. So, thank you for your time, sir, and I do hope that you will fulfill your goals for your organization and continue being a great leader. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you.